Welcome back, Antlers.
This week we have
Two-time state qualifier,
former gymnast
junior diver,
Enzo Morello.
So when did you start diving?
I started diving my freshman year. I started with high school, so it was around mid-November of 2022.
How did you get into diving?
I had Miss Schieffer as my English teacher for English 9, and she's really close to Mr. Jensen, which is the head swim and dive coach at Oakland High School. So she wanted to introduce me, and we started talking. So I decided to do it my freshman year, and loved it ever since.
Why do you think there aren't that many divers at Elkhorn?
I feel like it's kind of a hard sport to get into. It's not a sport that you think of when you think of sports. You think of like football, basketball. I'm not going to say it's a bad sport. I love the sport. It's just not something that people think of.
What do you think the hardest part about diving is?
I'd say it's the mental part of it. There's a saying my coach always says is there's 90% of it that you can't control, so why am I going to get mad about the 10%? It's that I can have a bad day, I can have a good day. He always says there's a box, and there's things that are trying to poke at it, so it's just making sure that that box is strong and I'm performing and doing everything I can do to be the best.
Do you have a favorite dive?
I'd say my favorite dive, it's called a reverse 2.5. The dive number is 305C. It's a dive where you are doing a backflip going forward. So you reach up and you pull into a hollow, you kick your legs up and forward, you wrap your arms backwards and you squeeze in a really tight ball and you spin as fast as you can, hope you get around, and you shoot out to the water.
Have you been to state before?
I was at state my sophomore year, so last year, and I was able to make it this year too.
And how are you feeling when you made it to state?
I was really happy. It's always an achievement to get to state, especially when you do well. So it's just a fun thing to feel.
How was your performance at state?
I'd say it was subpar. You're always going to hope to do as good as you can, and I feel like I didn't perform to the best of my ability, but I placed 5th, so that's nothing to scoff at, so I'm going to be happy, especially because I saw some great teammates of mine do really well. Notably, I have a teammate down at Mount Michael that got 2nd, and it was a great experience over the fact that I didn't do well. It was fun.
What are your goals for next season?
Just to perform the best I can. That's as much as you can ask. I'm hoping for, you can always say this, but I'm hoping for a top 3 finish. Aiming for the number 1 spot, but you never know.
What do you think is one thing that people don't know about diving?
In high school, there's only one type of diving event. It's called 1 meter, but once you get into club, there's 3. It's called 1 meter, 3 meter, springboard, and then platform. So there's the ones that bounce up and down, which is the one we do in high school, and it's 1 meter off the water. Then there's one higher up that's 3 meter, and it's still bouncy. And then there's also platform, which is 3 different heights. It's the one that's kind of a concrete brick, and it starts at 5 meter, and it goes up to 10 meter.
How will you prepare for next season?
Practice, practice, practice. There's nothing really else I can do. I just focus on my entry, focus on my air, focus on getting new stuff, focus on my hurdle, all that stuff.
Congrats on 5th at state, Enzo.
Good luck next year.
Thanks for watching.